Welcome to Food for Thought from Knaphill Baptist Church. This is the first ever Food for Thought that I'm recording whilst I'm having COVID. It has also happened to me, and I'm sure that many of you can identify with this. Many of us have now had it. Strange experience, very strange to see the two lines on your COVID test. The one line that says you're probably negative, and then the other line, positive. 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, that would almost have seemed like a kind of death sentence, or at least a sentence to go into hospital, maybe go on a ventilator, and all these horrible things. Now, thanks to the vaccination, it's not really a problem. And I think I've recovered now, but I could in fact have recorded this Food for Thought on all the days that I had COVID. I had my 2 vaccinations, I had my booster, and I'm so glad that these things are available and that COVID is no longer a real threat to most of us. We have been very fortunate in this country with the healthcare, and also of course with the fact that the virus has changed, has mutated anyway, and is now far less dangerous, far less aggressive than it used to be. We feel blessed. We are very well off here in the West, thanks to our medical care, thanks to the God-given knowledge of our experts. Our church had its annual general meeting this week. I couldn't be there. I had COVID. I did not want to put anybody else in danger. But the meeting could go ahead without me. And the meeting was able to re-elect leaders, so there are leaders again for Knaphill Baptist Church. And 2 new people were welcomed into membership. And that too is great. God is blessing. There are so many things to be grateful for. I've been in touch via Facebook and email with my friend in Ukraine. And thanks to gifts from friends of mine here, I was able to send some money to Ukraine to enable my friend to continue looking after refugees, people who are sick, provide food for people who most need it. Compared to the people in Ukraine, we are so well off. We've all been confronted with this unimaginable horror of the war in Ukraine. Let's be glad that we live in peace, and let's be very careful about that peace. Let's maintain that peace at all costs in places like Northern Ireland, where it might be endangered if we are not careful. We are so well off, we are so blessed. We have so much that we can share with others. I'm sure that the friends who sent me money for me to forward to Ukraine, and there were interesting amounts, but I'm sure that these people are not eating any less because of the money they gave. They could afford it. And so many of us can afford much. We can help others without suffering ourselves. We are blessed. And it's good to say that to one another from time to time. God is so good to us. Are we really grateful? There's every reason to be grateful and to sing to God. God, you have been good to us. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve it any more than the poor people in Ukraine or the people in Syria. Somehow, it's God's goodness. There's an element, of course, of us being wise stewards, but most of us is blessing, free blessing from God. And we're grateful. And we can say so to one another. And then, not pretend that we are better than we are. But thank God for his blessing, for his goodness to us. And worship him all the more. And show our gratefulness in how we handle all the good things that we've been given, including our health. So I hope that next time I speak to you, my COVID will have been gone. But for now, I'm feeling great again. And I'm very glad, very grateful for that. Thank you.